Hey there everyone, welcome to Violet's Dream Tarot. Today we're going to be doing a reading called What's Going On in Your Connection. So we'll be looking at the current energies in the relationship that you have with a specific person. And I've put these lovely Lovers Oracle cards on each pile, but I'm not going to turn them over and read the message of each card out until we're actually in the reading. It's going to be part of each individual reading. So just go with the visualization to choose the cards today. As always, I want to say a big thank you to all of my subscribers and all of my lovely patrons, including Alexandra, Kelly, Virginia, Joan, Chris, and Cara. Thank you so much for all of your support, you guys. And I also have a special thank you to say today because a little while back I was contacted by a lovely lady named Rose who has a YouTube channel called September Rose. I'm going to link that in the description box somewhere if you want to check it out. She also does pick a card readings, but she is a Chinese speaker, so unless you speak Mandarin, you won't be able to access those readings. But if you do, then I definitely recommend checking out her channel because she's really lovely. And she had 4 decks to sell in German, which I love, from an author who's I've already got one of his decks. You might recognize it if you're a regular on this channel. It's the Karten der Erkenntnis. So I've bought these 4 decks from the lovely Rose. They're in excellent condition. I'll be using 2 of them today because I don't want to do overkill and throw them all into one reading. I want to get to know them and get to use the decks appropriately, but I'll be using 2 of them today. So thank you, Rose, for your kindness. It was really lovely of you to contact me and give me first refusal on these decks. You've been so kind to me and just so lovely. So absolutely check out her channel if you do speak Mandarin and you're interested in Chinese pick a card readings, because she has a lovely channel and she's such a kind and lovely person. So thank you again, Rose. I'm going to link your channel in the description in case people want to find it. But let's look at the piles now. I'm aware that I've babbled on a little while. So we'll look at pile 1 first. It's got these 2 figures together and they almost look like trees. They seem to have leaves sticking out of them. And we're using the Tarot in Wonderland with pile 1. So you can just ask yourself, what's going on in my connection? Think about the person that you're asking about. What do I need to know about this connection? What are the energies of this current relationship? On pile 2, we've got 2 people lovemaking, and we'll be using the Tower of the Magical Forest for pile 2. Love the colours of this card, the purple and the pink. And then on pile 3, we have this, I was going to say feminine figure, but I suppose it could also be a masculine. It's quite androgynous in features, but again, I love the colors of the purple and the blue. There's some beautiful butterflies here. There's like water imagery, and we'll be using Tarot of the Divine for pile 3. So whichever pile or piles you feel the most drawn to intuitively is going to be the most accurate reading for you. It's fine to choose more than one pile, but just take the messages that resonate and leave what doesn't, as always, because this is a general reading on YouTube. It's not a private reading, so it's got to fit a lot of people's situations. So you guys can take as much time as you need to choose your pile. Pause the video if you need to, or go back to the start if you want to see the close-ups of the cards again. And when you guys are ready, I'm going to start with pile number 1. Hey there, group 1, welcome to your reading. If you chose this visualization of like 2 figures who look like they are also tree-like or dryads perhaps, and the Tarot in Wonderland, this is going to be your reading. So we'll see what's going on in your connection. We've got charms and dice like we always do. I've picked plenty of oracle cards as well, but let's firstly read whatever message is on the back of this card. So it says, wait, don't rush into it, allow nature to take its course. Okay, so that's your message for today, the overall message. Let's get your tarot. Group 1. Okay, there we go. So we're starting off here with the 4 of Swords. That makes a lot of sense with the wait message. We've got the 7 of Wands. Love this deck. the Three of Pentacles, the Emperor, the King of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. Okay, so I'm seeing Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, so fire and earth signs coming through in this reading. I definitely get the wait message because that's what came out first and foremost, was this Four of Swords card. So there's a need to take a little bit more time before coming to a decision, or before possibly making a change in this relationship, if you're maybe looking for more commitment, or if you want to, I don't know, plan a big event like a holiday or something. Maybe you need to wait a little bit longer for the timing to be right for that. It's possible also that one of you isn't quite ready for the same level of commitment or for the same kind of thing that you're hoping to plan. So there is a need to wait here. I kind of feel like one person just wants to rush right into it, and the other person is more controlled, more laid back, more kind of, no, I think we should go slowly, because we've got the juxtaposition of the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. And the King of Pentacles is someone who takes things at his own pace, and someone who also likes to be in control, because we've got the Emperor there as well. And the Knight of Wands is someone who just wants to rush in, who just wants to get things done, who wants to get as much enjoyment out of a situation as is possible. They don't want to waste any time, you know, they don't want to waste speaking small talk and things like that. They just want to get into whatever it is that they want to do. So there's a little bit of a conflict here with the Seven of Wands. It feels like each person is having to stand their ground, or is having to kind of say what they mean without hurting the other person's feelings, because I feel like it's not that either person has a different view of the relationship. I don't think the person who wants to take it slowly isn't that into the other person. I don't think it's that. I think they just genuinely don't want to mess things up by rushing into it, whereas the other person wants to move more quickly, maybe because of their own circumstances, or maybe just because they don't want to waste any time. You know, they want to get as much enjoyment out of this as possible. So you can take whichever side that you're on to mean you there. There's energies can often be reversed in this kind of reading, so just because that card is saying wait as an imperative, that doesn't mean that you're the person who wants to rush in. So I definitely see greater kind of cooperation, communication, understanding is needed here, so that you're both getting your points across, and that neither side is feeling hurt or feeling undervalued or feeling like they are having to make all of the sacrifices. I feel like you need to come to a compromise here where both people are happy and both feel like their preferences are being listened to, are being taken into account. So I'll get you a Romance Angel Group 1. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So this person could be a member of your soul family. We also have honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So maybe it is booking a holiday, maybe it is getting married or booking a honeymoon. You know, maybe you got married during the pandemic and you haven't been able to get away for the honeymoon, and one of you wants to book some kind of celebration trip and the other person's more cautious because they're worried about it possibly having to be cancelled, and either not wanting to lose money in the process or not wanting to get excited about something for it to be cancelled or delayed. Could be to do with weddings and engagements as well. One of you might want to go ahead and the other person maybe wants to wait until restrictions are lifted so that they can celebrate properly. We've got bondage. Yes, this feeling of just a stalemate, not being able to move forward because neither party can agree. The person who wants to move more quickly therefore feels restricted or held back, maybe even feels like a child, you know, kind of reprimanded, like naughty, don't do that. You have to follow someone else's rules. So there is a bit of fire going on here. Ooh, dropping cards. So we've got here the Selkie and her skin, reclaiming your authenticity. number 25. That's basically about being true to yourself and standing up for yourself, making sure that you're heard. So regardless of which side you're on, group one, whether you're the fast person or the slow person in this relationship or with this situation that you're currently in your relationship, I feel like there's still a need to be heard. You know, I feel as though it's important that you don't let the more dominant person completely overrule what it is that you want. There needs to be a compromise here. I don't think that this can go ahead happily if it's one person getting their way and the other person feeling put out, you know? I feel like there has to be some compromise. We've also got yearning here, number 40, longing for someone, undesired separation, pining. Okay, so the honeymoon for some of you could be that you are physically at a distance. Maybe you're living in different cities or countries and you've wanted to meet up with this person, and you know, maybe restrictions have got in the way and now it feels like there's a window of opportunity, but maybe one of you is dragging your heels and the other person feels like, I just want to see this person, you know, why won't they do this for me? So a lot of quite intense feelings, I would say, going on here. It feels very like a pressure cooker, like it's kind of got a deadline of when a decision needs to be made by, and so the more time is lost or the closer we get to that deadline, the more strongly each party feels about this situation. You guys have got dandelion, wishes. That's such a sweet card. I love dandelions. And these are called dandelion clocks where I live. Wishes. Yes, like this yearning card. Like one of you just really, really wants something and you both have to respect each other's wishes and try and find a compromise. Immortal, number 6, the consuming family, pressure of peers. So for some of you, if you're in a long distance relationship, it's possible that that is not traditional in the other person's, or even in your family, you know, or the other person's culture or your culture. And so there's some pressure there, maybe not wanting to go public or not wanting to talk about this with family or people in your community, just because it's not considered the norm and you would maybe be like an outcast. I also feel potentially if it's to do with weddings or engagements or anything like that, it's possible that one of you has a big family or family who live abroad or at a distance, and so they would want them to be together for the celebration, but restrictions would stop that from happening. So that's partly factored into their wishes surrounding this. It's not just because they personally want to wait, it's also because they want to make sure that everyone's there to enjoy it and celebrate it. So whichever one of you this is, who's got, you know, a big family or a traditional family or comes from maybe a more traditional culture, they are really considering a lot of other people in this situation. It's not just about their wishes and desires and what they want. So this could feed back into the bondage card as well, about feeling restricted or held back. This could also come in with the Emperor card as well, because the Emperor represents tradition and father figures especially, or just figures of authority within a community. So you guys have dark thoughts in the reverse there, the 3 of consciousness. I will end up looking in the guidebook for that one, but I want another card from this deck. Family, friends and guides, yes. 6 of Spirit, wow. Wow, so family and kind of friendship circles are playing a strong role in this connection. Someone's really considering an awful lot of people besides themselves. Let's look at dark thoughts in the reverse. Okay, so it's about an increased time of light and clarity. You may have been through some dark times lately, lost in a labyrinth of problems, but all that is coming to an end. Things will be going more smoothly from now on. Okay, well that's good. That's a positive sign. Great. So I think you guys can overcome this. As I said, I think it's really important just to communicate and try and find a compromise where you both feel comfortable. I feel like if you're the person who's more easily agreeable and the other person is more dominant, it's important that you put across that you feel hurt, or you feel kind of like your feelings or your needs are being overridden. If this person is really pushing for one end of the spectrum, you know, their way or no way. Your healing message for this connection is step into the unknown, number 30. So both of you kind of trusting each other and doing things differently, both of you stepping out of your comfort zone in that sense. You have Heiligkeit, number 48, holiness, connecting to your higher self. I feel trying not to get hurt or upset. Try not to get too emotionally sucked in to this situation. I'm just going to move the cards down because they're actually... I was trying to make too much space. I want you to be able to see them better. Oh, there we go. It's a bit better. Right. So you guys have number 64, Forderungen, demands. So again, this could be connected with the family, you know, that they feel they have to obey certain family members, or they have to do what other people would want for them. It also comes in possibly if one person is really digging their heels in and won't come to a compromise or won't budge on their position in this situation. And we have number 8, Eigenverantwortung, which means individual responsibility. So kind of responsibility for your own views, for your own actions, the things you say, your beliefs, etc. We have vanilla, yeah, status quo, tradition, simplicity. Someone is quite traditional in this connection, or is respecting the beliefs of the more traditional people around them. Rainbow, self-expression, diversity, pride. So for some of you, this could be an LGBT relationship, and that might not be accepted in someone's community or in someone's family. And so that's also a problem. Perhaps that might be why they don't want to go public, or they don't want to travel to meet you because then they don't have a reason, or it could be the other way around. It could be you that's kind of putting those things off. So that's just a message I feel for some of you. But it could also, I mean, look at these two contrasts, vanilla and rainbow, status quo and self-expression, tradition versus diversity. Maybe if it is something like a wedding, one of you wants like a really extravagant, like no holds barred, throw the money at it celebration, and the other person is maybe quite shy or worries about money and would rather have a more modest occasion or celebration. And so that's causing problems as well for some of you. We've also got number 49, der Götze der Grausamkeit, the idol of cruelty. And so this does remind me of the bondage card in a way, that someone feels really trapped in a situation, someone feels like they can't get themselves out of a situation and it feels very unfair. If it's not you that feels trapped like that, if it's the other person, you might just be looking at it and thinking, well, it's inhumane, you know, it's really unfair that they can't come out to their family, or that they can't tell their family they're in a long distance relationship, or that they feel they have to have a certain type of wedding, etc. for their family. You know, it just feels like the person who's not in that situation can't reconcile in their mind, you know, why someone is subjecting themselves to that and still bowing down to it. These are my new decks, by the way, 2 of my new lovely decks from Rose. Hydrangea. Focus on wholeness above and below. Okay. That's a nice card. It's kind of like accepting the whole of a person rather than just the bits that are maybe their best parts or their best traits, accepting them flaws and all. That's really nice. And I feel like there is a lovely future for this connection. There just needs to be more communication about, the less dominant person saying, well, I won't put up with this. I need to have at least a compromise if I'm not going to get my own way. I can't just let you always have your own way and be happy, because then I feel second best in the relationship, or I feel like I'm just not being valued. So there needs to be that going on. But I do feel that there's a very positive future for this if you both do put the work in. So I'm going to put your charms on top now, group 1. And if you want to turn the volume down now, if you think you won't like the sound of the charms, please do that now. They can be quite loud. And then we'll do your dice after this as well. Okay, so we've got some letters here. We've got Q. Now, letters, they can be names, they can be words or places. With Q, I often think of question, like questioning something, doubting yourself. We've got V, and we've also got K. We've got Taurus energy on the astrology dice, and we've got hope for the future, healing is possible, be optimistic, have faith if you put the work in. The little bee and honeycomb charm means hard work leads to sweet rewards. So I think that's very positive. We do also have pain with the wasp. So there is this pain going on. I see it with the bondage card, with der Götze der Grausamkeit. I see it with Forderungen, demands. I see it with the yearning card. Even dark thoughts in the reverse means that there has been a dark time for someone. So I do certainly see that pain has been going on, but there is also this fish skeleton, which to me reminds me of the Five of Pentacles card, of like a consciousness of lack, where you feel like you're not doing enough or you're not good enough. Someone who's always trying to prove themselves possibly to their family. They might not even have an especially traditional or religious family or anything like that. They might just always be trying to prove themselves to their family and meet their family's expectations of them. Some of you have a connection to the Czech Republic, either with your person or with yourself. Could be that one of them has, or one of you, sorry, has a Czech name, Czech ancestry, connections to the Czech Republic, especially Prague, because that's a Prague charm. There is a good friend here who is able to help you in this situation, maybe just through giving advice or being the person who listens to you. Music and other arts will also help you at this time. I see it with the narwhal that a breakthrough is absolutely possible, if not already on its way. So that's really, really positive. A breakthrough, a change in this situation. We've got another musical symbol with the saxophone there, and that often talks about high art. So not just like, pop music, but something more cultured, something more highbrow. And your final charm is actually one of my astrology dice again. It's the North Node symbol. And I find it so interesting that it's landed on that card about stepping into the unknown, because the North Node is often about the unknown. It's about the future. It's about the way we need to change, the things we need to do, increases in a certain area of our life. So I think that's super interesting that you've got that there. It's kind of about where we're going, how we're changing, what we're doing as we move forward. So I find that interesting, this kind of stepping into the unknown card connected to the North Node dice. So we'll do your actual dice now as well, see what they can tell us. So you guys are getting the 6th set of dice, which are the Voyages dice. May make sense for those of you that want to go on a honeymoon, or who want to travel to see someone, or have someone travel to come and see you. That's what those dice look like. You got the musical symbol there as well. Okay, that's a 0, so I'm going to roll again. Okay, so we're rolling 2 dice for you today, you guys. It's not very many, but I always do that pre-roll because if there's only 2 messages for you in the box, it would be silly to roll all 9 dice and then get potentially confusing or conflicting messages. Okay, group 1. Okay, so there's the laser gun there. This often talks about things that we need to remove from our life, things that need to be kind of zapped, nipped in the bud, that kind of thing, very quickly and efficiently dealt with. And we have the rice bowl, which is about nourishment, fulfillment, taking care of ourselves on a very basic level. Then when I picked it up, it flipped around to this dice, which is the Japanese dice. So I have a few dice and charms connected to countries, nationalities. You got the Czech one today, but the Japanese dice works exactly the same. There could be a connection to Japan through travel, through one of your names or your ancestry, or just through your interests. One of you might speak Japanese or just have a real interest in Japanese culture. So that's what you got as kind of a double message from that dice. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. Group 1, thank you so much for spending your time with me here today. Please do let me know in the comments how this resonated with you. Please like, share, and subscribe as well if you enjoyed this video, because that really helps me get seen more on YouTube. It helps me to get displayed more on the homepage. And if you're interested in what I do here on the channel and you want to get more involved, definitely check out my description box because there's always lots of links in there. So you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram for daily oracle cards, or follow me on Bilibili to show me some support over there. I've put September Rose's channel in the description box as well. If you would like to become a patron and get access to exclusive content and giveaways that I do, then check out my Patreon page. If you'd like to donate to the channel, then thank you so much. I've got a PayPal link for tips and donations, which help me keep making these videos. And I've also got an Amazon and indie deck wish list for new tarot and oracle decks. So there's 2 separate wish lists. You can look at both or either or neither if you're not interested. Thank you for everyone who does look. And I am still offering angel healing sessions and private readings over on my Etsy page. So if that interests you, definitely go and check that out. But have a lovely rest of your day. Group 1, I wish you all the very best, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye. Take care. Hey there, Group 2. Welcome to your reading. If you chose this visualization and the Tower of the Magical Forest, we're going to get messages about your connection. But firstly, we're going to start off with the message from this card. So let's see what it says. So, sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. So that's a lovely message. So maybe you're starting to get intimate with one person, or you just want to improve the kind of physical connection that you have. Okay, let's start off with your tarot group 2. Okay, so we've got the Chariot as your first card. Cancer energy there. Then we have the 5 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Knave of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles in this deck. So I'm seeing Cancer, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and also Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in this reading. I'm kind of getting the feeling that one person in this connection feels a bit pushed out physically because I feel like one person is really focusing on their career right now. We've got the Chariot, we've got the King of Swords. They're both very professional cards, but it could also be one person is very consumed by their personal goals right now. It doesn't necessarily have to be career, it could be goals that they've set for themselves just in life, and they're really focused on that. I'm saying they because I don't want to presume whether it's you or the other person in the connection that is doing this, but I can see that one person feels left out. They feel emotionally like they're not getting enough from the relationship, or they feel like maybe you don't have time to connect physically as much as they would like. So they're feeling left out, they're feeling maybe a little bit unloved in this connection, but they know that you've got this strong, solid foundation. So it's not like they want to break up or anything like that, or that they want to stop dating if you're not in a committed relationship yet. I just feel that someone wants to work on building up the connection more again, whether you've been together a long time or a few days, they want to grow closer to you, or they want to have more of your time if you're the person that's not around. Otherwise, it's vice versa. You want more of their time, or you want to connect physically more often, or you want to feel more emotionally connected to them. I'm going to move these down because actually, when I did the last reading, I had to move all the cards down because it just wasn't taking up as much space as I thought it would. So let's start with a romance angel. Group 2. I want you to see the cards as well as you possibly can. What's going on in your connection, group 2? Ooh, a few cards. So attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So there's strong attraction and connection in this relationship. And of course, that relates back to our pile marker card as well. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. And getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And that was what I felt, is that one person in this connection wants to get to know the other one more, or they want to build up the connection again, make it closer, make it deeper in some way. The healing family issues could be anything. This could mean that one of you didn't have the best childhood, and that's maybe affected the way that you experience relationships, or the way that you experience love and show love to others. It could mean that there is a recent dispute or issue going on in the family for one of you that has been taking away your focus from your relationship, or possibly just your ability to be present in the relationship, 100%. It could even be to do with something like having children. That can get in the way of the connection between the two partners, or maybe you've talked about having children and you don't quite see eye to eye on this issue. Okay, we've got homeland, number 44, arrival, a journey ends, establishment, building, settled. And I feel this makes sense with the 10 of Pentacles card, that you guys just have a really good foundation for this relationship. You have a really good connection. I'm seeing this in the other two cards you've got here as well. Telepathy, number 30, non-verbal communication, energetic pulses, mind reading. So the two of you do have this great connection. You are often on the same wavelength. So if you're the person that is feeling pushed out, I feel the other person knows this, or they can sense this, that they haven't been giving you enough attention, or that they feel that you're, getting a bit upset possibly, or just feeling left out. It could be vice versa as well, that you sense that the other person is unhappy. And we've got air, number 26, breathing deep, entering into life, exchange of life bringing energy. So it's all very intimate, and it's all very about having a good, strong connection, being close to each other, needing each other, but in a healthy way, like leaning on each other for support, both needing to be more present in this relationship, needing to make more time for each other. Bondage, group 1 got this card. This is about feeling restricted by circumstances, or possibly by other people. If it is a family issue that's going on, you could feel like other people are just so demanding of your time and energy that you've got pretty much nothing left when it comes to giving to your partner. Or it could be that way for your partner if they're the one feeling left out. It could be that you just feel so consumed by work that you're so exhausted when you get home that you can't be bothered to go on a date, or you can't be bothered to have any quality time with your partner. You just want to collapse in front of the TV and not communicate for the rest of the evening until you go to bed. It's that kind of thing. Dandelion, wishes. Group 1 got this card as well. So there's a lot of wishes going on here, maybe conflicting wishes, because if one of you is exhausted all the time through the demands of other people or through work, etc., then they just want to relax and not do anything, and they're kind of comfortable with the way things are. Whereas the other person will have conflicting wishes because they'll feel left out or pushed out. You know, it's important to talk, I think, in this relationship because you guys have such a great connection. The person who is busier will need to sacrifice some of their relaxing time to be with this person, but maybe you can relax together. You know, if you don't live together and one of you is spending your evenings just crashed on the sofa, maybe you could arrange to do that together if you live near enough to each other. Maybe you could have a movie night and, you know, you don't have to talk that much, you can just snuggle. There's ways of getting around this without it being too arduous. We have witness, to know, personal evidence, to speak out, number 29. Yeah, so I feel like one person, the person who's feeling more pushed out, is getting ready to say something. Like they're on the verge of bringing it up, but I feel like they don't want to cause a problem. You know, they don't want to seem like they're being needy. They don't want to seem like they're being demanding, like they're bossing you about, or vice versa. You know, whoever is feeling like this wants to say something, but they don't know how to say it tactfully. They don't know how to say it without coming across in the wrong way. Could also be that one of you needs more communication than the other, like when you're not together, when you're messaging, like maybe one of you is not a very big messenger or things like that, and that can get in the way. If one of you is a bigger messenger and likes to be in contact a lot, you know, it's this kind of thing. I think there's a mismatch of communication going on. So your healing message for this relationship is it's a no, number 16. Okay, so I'm going to need to pull another card for that. Unlock your heart, number 35. Okay, so there is a locked heart going on here. This is what we've been talking about, is someone wants to be let in. Someone feels shut out, they want to be let in, and it feels like, you know, whoever has their locked heart or their closed heart or doesn't have the energy to spend more quality time is struggling to see how they could do that. That's where the it's a no is coming from. You have a creative endeavor, 8 of events, and letting go, the 3 of energy. Okay, so with a creative endeavor, I was thinking of, you know, doing things together, making things, listening to music, you know, possibly doing something practical like making something together or painting, you know, those kinds of fun dates or evenings where you do things like carving pumpkins if it's seasonal, or, you know, decorating the house for Christmas, those kinds of things, or learning to make pottery, that kind of thing. And when I turned that card over, I was like, that's interesting, because based on what I've seen from this reading so far, it doesn't feel like one person would really be up for that because they're tired or they're busy. So when I turned around the letting go card, that made a lot of sense. One person may need to readjust their expectations of date time or quality time with the other person. So maybe one of you really likes to be busy. You know, they like to, on a date, do cooking by hand, or they like to go places, like busy places, like a theme park or something, or they like to make things, do things, you know, and the other person is just much more laid back, wants to watch movies or watch TV, maybe go out for dinner if they have to. Like that kind of different effort levels and different levels of enjoyment with certain things. So I think that's interesting, is that one person is going to have to reframe what they expect from date nights or from quality time. But also I think that the other person really does need to make a compromise, because it feels like at the moment they're just getting all their relaxation time and the other person's feeling pushed out and is getting nothing. So I feel like that person who's tired or busy all the time really needs to make more time for the other person. There needs to be a conversation about this, without blame or, you know, you're not treating me well or blah, blah, blah. Just a fact-based, honest to the point communication. We have Friede, number 43, peace. Finding peace in this situation. Someone as well really needing to be relaxed. I kind of feel like it's a temporary situation though. Whatever this person's going through with stress at work or stress at life in general, it feels like it's not going to last forever. So we have number 25, Gottes Kindern helfen, which means helping God's children. And we have number 58, der Götze des Bösen und der Sündhaftigkeit. So the idol of evil and of sinfulness. So this whole Gottes Kindern helfen, you can see that one person is like making an effort here and the other person has got this stubborn, sour face on. They've got their arms crossed, you know, they're in a really defensive position, and the other person is approaching in a very gentle, sweet way. So I feel like that's how this needs to be tackled, because I kind of feel that the person who's busy or stressed or tired is likely to get defensive about it if you talk about it, you know, as in like, I need more time from you, you're not showing me enough care, you know, or enough attention. They might likely to be like, well, you know, I'm busy, or, you know, I've been dealing with all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. And that's not the right angle to approach this person from. You know, I think you need to walk around this gently and be like, maybe we could go for a nice walk together, you know, like these two people here holding hands. It's very gentle. And der Götze des Bösen und der Sündhaftigkeit. I feel like one person is really struggling with just a lot of issues in life at the moment. I don't think that one person is being deliberately evil or deliberately unkind to the other person. I just feel as though they are not considering them enough. And that's where the shadow comes in. It's not so much that it's deliberate nastiness or deliberate neglect of the other person. It's just that they have forgotten that they need to consider this person. So it's become selfishness, basically. Moon mist, astral travel, visions and visitations. Visitations is interesting. Maybe spending more time sleeping over at each other's houses if that's possible, or just spending more time physically with each other. I also think with the astral travel and visions that you two are just really, really connected. We've got that with telepathy and air and the Homeland card, the 10 of Pentacles. There's so much here to say that you guys have this brilliant connection with each other. Wouldn't surprise me if this relationship has occurred over several lifetimes as well. And here we've got number 18, which just really fits with what I've been saying. Geschichte der wahren Liebe, a story of true love. So there's definite genuine love, genuine feelings, an incredible connection here. It's just this issue that needs to be worked on at this time. Dahlia, you have what it takes. This relationship has what it takes. You both have what it takes to overcome this problem. You can do this. We believe in you, group 2. That's what I'm seeing from the cards. We'll get your charms on top now. So yeah, I'm feeling positive about this reading. This definitely feels like you guys just have an incredible connection. You're so intuitively in touch with each other. It just feels like the person who's busy has chosen to stop listening to that. Even if they're aware of it, they're choosing to stop registering the fact that the other person needs to be considered or needs more of their time. So I'm going to do your charms now. If you don't like the sound of the charms or you think you won't like it, they can be very loud. Please turn down your volume now. And then we'll do your dice as well. So group 2, going on in this connection. Okay. So yeah, we've got compatible hearts there. I don't need to say it anymore. You guys have a great, great connection, and there's a lot of love there as well. You're just going through a rough patch, I see. You have a lot of insight into each other. The person who feels left out really needs to take control here and stick up for themselves in a way that is gentle and loving. I see that one of you feels trapped, feels stuck, like things aren't changing and they really want them to. There is the fish skeleton there, which is symbolic of a consciousness of lack. When someone feels like they haven't got enough time or energy, or when someone feels like they're being pushed out. So, this could really be for both of you right now. It's like that Five of Pentacles card that you got earlier in your reading. That charm always reminds me of that card. We have the Canadian charm there. There could be a connection to Canada for one or both of you. And this is about endurance, strength, fortitude, stamina that gets you through the tough times. We have protection there, possibly feel very protective of this relationship or this person. Little umbrella charm. Then we've got listening to your inner wisdom with the owl. That intuitive guidance that it really feels like you have for each other as well as just for yourselves. We've got the Goldstone Ball, which is basically like the Sun card in tarot. Talks about optimism, happiness, confidence for the future, all of those great things. Up here we've got the Ace of Swords, a new beginning, sometimes a difficult beginning, a challenging beginning, new communication, honesty. Can also talk about defensiveness in a sense because it's a sword. We've got fire elementals there with the dragonfly, that's also a good luck symbol. And then you've got the Wheel of Fortune. So this is about changing for the better, changing tides, moving in a new direction that's going to be beneficial to you. And you've also got the Six of Wands charm. So you've got quite a few charms that are connected to tarot cards. Six of Wands charm, you will come out on top in this situation. You will have victory. You will feel like, hallelujah is what I feel when I see that charm. So now we'll get your dice on top and see what else they can tell us. Okay, so we're going to roll the first set of dice for you. Group 2, those are the fantasy dice, to show you what they look like. And we're rolling 2 of them for you today. Okay. Not very many, but the reason why I pre-roll is because I don't want to roll 9 dice for you if only 2 of them have a message, because then it can be the case that you would end up with conflicting or confusing messages. Okay, yes. So we've got the Queen of Swords on this dice, and you can see she's putting her hand out. She's got her sword there. It's a very defensive dice. So whoever has the blocked heart here is feeling pretty defensive about it, but it's because they know that they've been neglecting the other person, or because they know that they're in the wrong in this sense. And so they could, close up even more or get defensive or lash out if the other person approaches them from why are you being like this, or why are you not being there for me more perspective. And we've got Hermes, or Mercury, the Greek and Roman god of messengers and travel and merchants and all kinds of things. I also kind of think of him a bit with this card as well, because this guy has the wings on his ears, just above his ears. But yeah, he's working with you now. You can ask him to help the communication run more smoothly between the two of you, to help the two of you be delivered through this situation. He's coming out because he wants to work with you. That's always what happens when we get a charm or dice, or occasionally card, which is the calling card of a particular deity. It's because they want to show up, that they are showing up in the reading. So I really hope you've enjoyed this. Group 1, please let me know in the comments how it resonated with you. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, because it really helps me get seen more on YouTube and helps us grow our little family that we have here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. If you're interested in what I do here on the channel and you want to get more involved, then please check out my description box. It's always full of links. I've put September Rose's channel in the description box, as I said I would. These are 2 of my new decks from her. I'm I really, really love them. They're lovely. And it's nice to get more German onto the channel as well. I am offering private readings and angel healing sessions still on my Etsy page, so check that out if that interests you. You can follow me on Instagram for daily cards if you'd like, or follow me on Bilibili to show me some support over there. If you're interested in exclusive content like extra picker cards and giveaways and things that I do, then check out my Patreon page and consider becoming a patron. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, thank you so, so much. I have a PayPal link for tips and donations that help me keep making these videos. And I've also got 2 tarot and oracle wish lists, one on Amazon and one is an indie deck wish list for the decks you can't buy on Amazon. So they're in the description box as well. If you're feeling very generous and you'd like to get a new deck for the channel, that would be lovely. So thank you so, so much, you guys. Thank you for watching. I wish you all the best of luck in this situation. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye. Take care. Hi there, Group 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose this visualization with the butterflies and the Tarot of the Divine, this is going to be your reading. So we'll see what's going on in your connection. Both Group 1 and Group 2 have been very, very specific and very different. So I'm interested to see what's going on in this reading. But first we'll start off with the message on the back of this card. So it says reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Okay, so that's your message from the Lover's Oracle. Let's get the tarot now. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Wands, lovely Pele there, as your first card. Then we've got the World. Love this deck. We've got Justice, 10 of Coins or 10 of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, quite a few major arcana cards, the Queen of Coins, so 2 queens, and the 8 of Swords. Okay, so I'm seeing Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Libra, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn in this reading. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Okay, let me see what's going on here. It's interesting. I'm seeing like a lot of different messages coming through. I'm seeing that the two of you have a very good connection. I feel like there are some issues getting in the way with the 8 of Swords here, but otherwise it seems quite harmonious. You know, it feels like maybe there's some restrictions there. Maybe your work means that you can't see each other enough, or maybe you live at a distance from each other, maybe just separated for a short period of time. All of this, it kind of feels like someone's holding back and wondering what to say, or wondering whether they should get in touch. So some of you might be in a no contact or a low contact situation, but I'm not seeing that for a lot of you, because I do feel that there's a great connection here. You both get along very well. I don't see an awful lot of arguments. Honestly, this is like a great reading so far. So I think I'm going to have to shift over to the Oracle cards to give me some more specifics, because I would say it all looks great here. If I was just reading from these cards, I see that the two of you have a very equal relationship. You both really consider each other's needs. I see that there's a great physical connection and attraction. You both find each other very attractive. You know, there's the chemistry there as well. You kind of complete each other in some ways. And I feel like, so I'm just going to move these cards down so you can see them better. I feel like you both are able to support each other an awful lot. Maybe that's already happened, like one of you has had an issue that they've needed to be supported through, and the other person has been there to help them through it, or at least to be a shoulder to cry on, you know, to be someone to vent to, possibly. We'll get you a romance angel. Yes, we've got romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So maybe this reflection card is kind of saying that you might not actually be in a full relationship with this person yet. Maybe this is a crush, and that's why everything's so amazing. And you both really are into each other, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of badness there at this time. There doesn't seem to be a lot of difficulties. There's just the feelings there. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So like I said, I do think this person is a good support to you, and vice versa. I feel like you're good friends to each other. I mean, maybe you are friends at the moment, or you started off as friends. You were in each other's friendship circle. We have Song of the Siren. Number 5, the call, summoning, voice to acknowledge. So there's good communication there. And energy field adjustment, number 6, aura cleansing and health. The aura cleansing and health just makes me think that it's a healthy relationship, and that maybe you've been helped, or you've helped the other person through some health concerns. Maybe you've been around them when they're ill, and you've, brought some food for them or something, or you've just, sat to them while they moaned about how ill they were. Maybe you've helped each other to clear up your lives in a way. One of you could have been just in a very unhealthy situation in life, or a very toxic situation in life, and this relationship has helped improve that. Maybe one of you has been trying to get fitter or lose weight, and the other person has supported that. We have St. John's Wort, Dispirited. Okay, so this is where we finally get some issues with the 8 of Swords. I feel like I was kind of asking, why are you coming for this reading when everything seems great? Okay, so one person may be a little bit burnt out. Could be to do with work, or it could be, I feel sometimes when relationships are really, really great and there aren't very many issues, it can almost be a little bit, I don't know, underwhelming. Sometimes we just naturally look for issues, or if there's not a lot going on to keep us stimulated in that way, we can get bored. So maybe one of you is feeling a little bit bored, or is feeling a little bit like they want to do other things as well as this relationship. Maybe they want to have hobbies that don't involve the other person. Field of Dreams. I see that at least one of you is very ambitious and has a lot of dreams, or has a lot of things that they want to manifest, has a lot of goals, and they are working towards them very strongly. Field of Dreams says the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Love that card. Love Your Body, number 21. So this could come in where the energy field adjustment card is touching upon, there could have been someone who's trying to get fitter. This could still be happening. Someone who is maybe insecure about their body, or about parts of their body, like hair or skin, or their tummy, one particular part. Doesn't have to be the whole part. But that's your healing message for this connection, is love your body. But I feel like if one person in this connection is insecure about their body, the other person just doesn't understand that, because the other person genuinely finds them so attractive. Like, not just in a personality sense, but in a real physical sense as well. So that insecurity is coming from within that one person. We've got Immortal, number 6, the consuming family, pressure of peers. So this came out for one of the other piles as well. I think it might have been pile 1. One of you has a family, or maybe a friendship circle potentially, that is like overbearing, overly involved in your relationships. One of you could be from a very traditional or religious family or culture. And so you're very worried about other people's opinions, other people's perceptions all the time, maybe feeling stifled by those expectations or those people's opinions, worried about what people will think when it comes to this relationship. Maybe it is a multicultural or mixed race relationship. Maybe you are from different religions or different social backgrounds, possibly. It could just be that one of you has a really kind of nosy or overbearing family and, you know, doesn't really want them poking into their business, you know? So you might be keeping this relationship on the down low. Simply because you don't want interference from family. So you've got the one of energy there, courage. Courage to maybe to tell family members that you're going out with someone. I just feel like it's that you don't, if you are the person who's got like a nosy or overbearing family, it's that you don't want to invite all the questions that come with a new relationship, you know, like, oh, what are they like? What do they do? Show me pictures. Let's meet him. Let's meet them. You know, all of this. Let's meet their family. Let's invite them to this family event. You know, it can get stifling with that kind of family. Might be friends as well getting too involved. And we have deserving, the Six of Consciousness. I've never pulled this card before, but that's such a beautiful card. Deserving. You're deserving of this love. Absolutely. For those of you that are insecure about your body perhaps, or about an area of your body, or possibly if you're just feeling, you know, disillusioned with this connection, maybe just bored or dispirited with this relationship, I really think just seeing how lucky you are to have this and reminding yourself that you deserve it is important. Especially if you've been in relationships in the past that have been very high drama, very toxic. I think if you've had that kind of expectation of relationships, then going to a very content, happy, peaceful relationship can sometimes feel like it's not proper love, or it's just not stimulating enough because there's not the same level of passion and intensity. But often it's a much healthier version of love. So kind of tell yourself that you're deserving of this, that this is a great thing. You know, you definitely really both care about each other so much. And if you aren't in a relationship with this person, if it's just a crush that you're talking about, then it's kind of like courage to continue and being deserving of this connection. And also the pressure of peers and the consuming family in that sense could be people egging you on, or you possibly not wanting to ask this person out and then people in your workplace finding out, possibly feeling like you have to tell your friends, or if they're in the same friendship circle as you, that kind of getting out, you know, that could be holding you back. You guys have Erwartungen, number 5, expectations. So that word expectations coming into play again. Sorry. Possibly other people's expectations of you, or, you know, your expectations of a relationship. If you feel like it's not dramatic enough or it's not intense enough. We have Liebe, number 42, love. So there is genuine love here. And I feel like the other person just wants to shower the more dispirited person with love. Like they just want to show them how much they care. It's really nice. From one of my new decks sent to me by Rose, we have number 81, Selbstsucht, selfishness or egocentrism. You know, one person really putting themselves first in this relationship. It could mean that you are feeling a certain way, or that one person is feeling a certain way out of selfish reasons. We've got candy-loaded ice cream, social gatherings, celebrations, special events. I think this is a positive message in that you will have a lot to celebrate with this person, and that you will be able to have a lot of fun with them. But I also get that there is the shadow message here, potentially, for those of you that have the overbearing family. If you worry that family or friends will try to invite this person to a lot of events, and that might be excruciating to deal with, or might just be suffocating in some way, you know, that could come across as selfish to the family that you don't want to introduce this person straight away, or that you don't want to tell them that you're dating someone. But it could be selfish for the right reasons, if that makes sense. Then we have key lime pie, good omens, luck, and blessings. That's very positive. Feels like there's a lot of positivity to be gained from this relationship. And we have Der Götze der Angst, number 42. This is another of my new decks from the lovely Rose. That means the idol of fear. So there is fear here, maybe fear of the future, fear of what family or friends would say, fear of rejection if this is someone that you're not in an official relationship with yet, if this is just someone you have a crush on. So there's a lot going on here. Let's get you your final card, and then we'll do your charms and dice. Oh, that really jumped out of the deck. Sunflower. Practice courage every day. And you guys got the courage card. So that makes so much sense. And also the fact that you've got the fear card, the idol of fear. So having courage over this feeling of fear that you're experiencing. Wow. Kind of telling yourself every day, I deserve this, or telling yourself every day, I'm courageous, I'm brave. You know, I think that's really, really helpful. So that's what I'm seeing from your cards, group 3. It kind of feels in a way that you have nothing to worry about with this connection because you guys have such a good relationship, you know, but I also understand the fear of rejection. I also understand insecurities and possible issues with family or friends, you know, worry about the way that you come across in that sense. But I definitely feel that there's a very strong connection here. So we'll get your charms on top. And I do recommend turning the volume down if you think you won't like the sound of the charms. They can be very loud. And we'll do your dice after this. Okay, so we've got quite a few charms popping out. I can see the older woman coming through here. So if there is a feminine in this connection, they could be older or more experienced, more mature maybe. This could also talk about an older feminine energy that you can turn to for advice and support, either in life or in spirit. We've got 2019. You may have met this person in 2019 to begin with, but also this obviously has a strong connection to education. So you may have studied with this person, or you may still be studying. There seems to be a masculine in this connection as well, because we've got the mustache, which is the masculine energy symbol. We have cutting things or people out or behaviors, cutting cords, the scissors. We have the Sagittarius charm, which is about determination, pushing forward. We have the lone wolf, wanting more friends or more support or greater intimacy. There is art and creativity there, helping you to get through difficult situations. We've got the stars aligning. And we've also got autumn, the little pumpkin charm. So autumn time could be when something significant happens in this connection. We've also got the elephant, which is about listening to your inner wisdom, and it landed on that selfishness card, Selbstsucht. So I feel like it's saying you might be telling yourself that you're selfish, but deep down you know that's not the case. Deep down you know that you're acting with the best possible motivations. You have a lot of insight into this situation. It's very important that you take control here, that you do what you feel is right for yourself. This is a very significant time for you. One of you could be born in the year of the dragon. And we've also got the putting someone on a pedestal charm. So it's important not to do that. It's important not to see someone as flawless or perfect or unable to do anything wrong or make a mistake, because that's not healthy for either partner in the relationship if that happens. We've also got the Chamber of Secrets entrance charm, and this tells me that you've either recently been through or are currently going through a very difficult time, where it's kind of battling a monster, opening a can of worms, that kind of situation. It's a dark night of a soul, essentially. It's a spiritual test, but it's one that you have to go through because it's got some important lessons to be learned along the way, important for your growth and your development as a person. And then the final charm, I think it's the last one that I can see, is this little mysterious fox creature. This is about seduction and feeling drawn to a particular person, feeling very attracted to someone. So we'll get your dice on top now as well. And we're going to roll the 5th set of dice for you. Group 3, that's the actions dice. Every group has got different dice today. That's what they look like. Oh, and there's a butterfly there, and you had a butterfly on your pile marker card. And we're rolling 3 dice for you today. Everyone's had quite few dice. I think group 1 and 2 both only had 2 dice. Okay, so you got the butterfly dice. That's interesting. So this is kind of like going after what you want. It's essentially saying that you can find what you want, you can bag what you want, you can achieve your goals and get them in the bag. So it's interesting that that dice landed on deserving, because you might be telling yourself that you're not worthy of a loving relationship, or if it's just a crush you currently have on this person, like, why would this person be interested in me, kind of thoughts that you're having. And so this is saying absolutely go for it. You are worthy of this, you are deserving of a loving relationship which is equal and reciprocal and gentle and kind. So I think that's a lovely dice to get. You've also got the calming music charm dice, which is basically just about relaxing your mind, trying to calm and quieten your inner critic, trying to stay calm in all situations and just not worry too much about the small things and not worry too much about other people's expectations, because that's the card that landed on. And then finally we have this dice about planting seeds or putting something to rest, putting something to bed in a sense. And it did land right next to the scissors cutting cords charm. So it feels like there is something that needs to be let go of, something that needs to be put to rest, ended, peacefully resolved, so that you can move on. That's going to be different for everyone. It could be connected to the fear or the expectations thing, but just take that how it resonates with you, group 3. Overall, a very positive reading. You got some really, really encouraging cards here, which is absolutely lovely to see. So please let me know in the comments how this resonated with you guys. Please do like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, because it really helps me get seen more on YouTube. It helps me to keep growing the lovely family that we've got here. If you're interested in what I do here on the channel and you want to get more involved, then please check out my description box. There's lots of links in there. As I said in the introduction, I'm going to put September Rose's channel link in the description, so if you're interested in her channel, go and check her out if you speak Mandarin. If you would like to follow me on Instagram for daily oracle cards, then please go ahead and do that. Or if you'd like to follow me on Bilibili to show me some support over there, that would be lovely. If you're interested in exclusive content like extra picker cards and giveaways and things that I do, then check out my Patreon page and consider becoming a patron. I am still offering private readings and angel healing sessions on my Etsy shop if that interests you. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, thank you so much. I have a PayPal link for tips and donations that help me keep making these videos, and I have 2 tarot and oracle wish lists, one on Amazon for decks that you can buy there, and then an indie deck wish list for the decks that aren't available on Amazon. So if you'd like to get a new deck for the channel and send it in, that would be absolutely lovely. Thank you so much, you guys, for spending your time here with me today. I wish you all the best of luck in your situation, and I'll see you again soon. Have a lovely rest of your day, you guys. Bye bye. Take care.